Hi, so today we're going to learn how to read a very easy pattern. I'm going to give you some examples and let you work through some things. What I have, or what you'll need, is a book of sticky notes, sticky pad, and I'm going to use my round toe, the angelic toe, on our blog site for the class, but I also have a book out that has some more, they're a little bit more complicated, the patterns, and I'll show you how you can go ahead and work with those. Let's go ahead and scroll in just a little bit, and I'll move this out of the way. First of all, when I look at a pattern, I kind of go through it real quick and kind of see I have knit front back, knit 1, make 1, knit 2, and then knit 24. Let's see if we can get in just a little bit closer. Yeah, that's probably about as good as we're going to get. Okay, so basically when you do a pattern, when you do a more extensive pattern like this, you will have what we call a scale. And the scale just tells you, especially if you're working from a chart like this, the scale will tell you what all of these mean. For example, here's a chart, and then beside it is the legend, and it tells you the plus signs in here are a copper color, certain things are natural, certain things are pattern repeat. These are all just knits. Some of them, if you get into a pattern like this, you will have gray areas that aren't knit. You don't knit them at all. You'll have white areas, and again, your legend is right beside it generally. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start with the easy My Round Toe Angelic Knit. If you can print this, it'll make it a lot easier, but I will give you some tips if you're going to work off of a computer. What I like to do when I'm first teaching other people is I tell them, take it one row at a time. Use your sticky note and cover up everything else so that all you see is the first row. So once we've cast on our 8 stitches for this, we knit the very first row, knit the whole way around. Then once you're finished with that, you'll just move your sticky note down to the row 2, and you'll do a knit front and back. You'll have 16 stitches. Now it gets a little bit more complicated when we're using a more fancy pattern. So you'll basically have, for example, this is on needle 1, we're going to knit 1 grape, knit 5 ash 4 times. So what I would do is I would try to cover up the second part of that, and I would just work on this part of the pattern. Once I have that part finished, then I'll move this to the next comma, and I will do the second part, and so forth. So it makes reading a pattern just a little bit easier, and then you just break it down word by word. For example, the first part on needle 1, you'll know that you'll be on needle 1. You're going to knit 1 in grape, and then you're going to knit 5 in ash. So this is a multicolored pattern. You're going to be changing colors. Basically, if you just kind of start looking at patterns and getting a feel for what they look like, how they're written, if they have a legend beside them, or if it's just plain knit. This is going in a circle, so this is all knit. We'll learn how to do an M1, which is a make 1, later in our other videos. But for now, just kind of start looking at patterns and getting a feel for how they're written. Okay. Thanks for stopping. See you next time.